Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to another match reaction, ladies and gentlemen. Our second match reaction of the season as Liverpool beat Bournemouth by 3-1, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to be talking about the game. We're going to be talking a little bit about Liverpool's future, kind of the direction we head from here. So, everyone watching us right now or on the replay, because I know a whole lot of you guys like to watch us on the replay, please do not forget to slap the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. Every single person watching us right now or on the replay, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. We aren't going to leave any match reaction not done. I'm not just going to ignore the game, So, but yesterday, of course, with the United loss, we had to run the Saturday review show. Anyway. Big up to you guys. It's our second match reaction of the season. 100 people in here already. We haven't started yet. Get us to 50 likes minimum. So please do slap the like button. Do subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. And we've got a lot to discuss. We're going to talk about Endo. We're going to talk about our forward line. We're going to be talking about Jurgen Klopp. We're going to be talking about our future. So it's quite a heavy show, ladies and gentlemen. Big up everyone in the chat. I see all of you guys in the chat today. Big up to you guys, man. All the OGs are here. Love, Habibis. Big up to Joe, who says, the game was poor, and a few things went in Bournemouth's way. We would be talking about a loss. The press conference after the game, Klopp said he was happy with the squad. I replayed it 5 times. Joe, that's why I said I need to touch on Jurgen Klopp now. I need to speak on Jurgen Klopp because I just don't want us repeating the same mistakes from last season. And that's simply just how it goes, because there's so many things that you look at the squad, and I always tell people, forget the result. The signs are there. Sometimes you've just got to learn from the signs, learn from the previous mistakes, learn from the things that you've done wrong as a football club, Joe. And our biggest problem, other than lack of ambition, is the fact that we don't learn from our mistakes, Joe. And I'll say thank you so much for the super chat, and thank you so much for your consistent support on the channel, my guy. You're absolutely elite. Big up to you. So let's just get into it. Liverpool, comeback win against Bournemouth, 3-1 win. There's positives and negatives, just like every game. I'm going to say my honest opinion on Endo's performance as well. So we kind of have a lot to dive into. Let's just get into it. And Joe touched on it, and we're going to go through sequence of events. Joe touched on it, and he spoke on it, the start to that game. Lord have mercy on my soul. I was thinking the worst. I was thinking all the negative things in the world. As soon as Semenyo, who Albert claims is Ghanaian, but you can never trust Albert with who he claims is Ghanaian, because he claims all the good players are Ghanaian. Bro, within 10 minutes, it looked like Bournemouth were the home team and Bournemouth were there to destroy us. It's so I'm like, what's actually happening here? Trent made the mistake because everyone goes oh my God, you defend Trent. You know what I like sometimes about football content creation is you can't win. If I defend Trent, they don't like it. And if I attack and they tell me I have an agenda against British players, I didn't realize Trent was from Slovakia. Maybe it's because I don't don't rate as highly the British players that they rate. Maybe that's why it upsets them. But people always keep getting on to me. Oh my God, don't not blame Trent. You've got to talk about Trent. You've got to speak about Trent. Trent is a world-class player. Trent can win you a game with one pass. Trent can win you a game with one cross. And that is something that we need to be thankful for, that we even have in this team. So yes, Trent made the mistake. I hold my hands up. I've already said it. Trent made the mistake for the first goal. He did. And there's no ifs, buts, and maybes about it. So James Redmond, I do absolutes. So he did make the mistake for the first goal, and we conceded. I think it was a little bit complacency setting in. He thought maybe he could control it. He thought maybe... Big up, Captain Salman said Trent is Ghana and ask Albert. Albert's shameless like that. So yes, Trent did make the mistake, failed to control it, and it is what it is. It is what it is. But those first 10 minutes are worrying because it's kind of like a repeat of a lot of what happened last season, because we've got to address that as well. And funnily enough, Curran, who's an Arsenal fan, came on at halftime and he was like, listen, man, we all have 10 minutes like that. And I'm going to be honest with you. If this was 18-19 Liverpool, 19-20 Liverpool, I wouldn't be worried. I'd say the same thing. I'd say you know what, you guys, we all have 10 minutes like that, and I just keep it stepping. But the reality is, the unfortunate reality is, we're no longer 1920 Liverpool. We're no longer 1819 Liverpool. We're no longer that team that, like, oh my God, we had a bad 10 minutes and it's okay. Those bad 10 minutes are something that keep, like, it's something that could happen again and again and again. That is the sad reality of the current Liverpool squad, whether people like it or not, because this isn't the 1920 team. This isn't the 1819 team. This isn't the team where we go like, oh, they had a bad 10 minutes, but then, you know, it was all brazy from there. No, it wasn't. And the reality is, if a few things went Bournemouth's way and they didn't have Dominic Solanke up front, this would have been a totally different game. Totally different game. So after those 10 minutes, we kind of did wake up, but those first 10 minutes have extremely worrying signs in them. And it's further proof of how badly we need a DM. How badly we need a DM. I have never ever seen a team scream for a position as much as this football club is screaming for a DM right now. It is absolutely screaming for a DM. And before Mike Das and others get triggered, it's not just DM. Of course, it's from a tactical perspective as well. Klopp needs to fix up. So I know it's not just a personnel issue, but I'm saying personnel is part of the problem too. So it's both things at the same time. Why do they have to go against each other? Big up to Joe, who sends in another super chat. Big up to you, Joe. The squad is so out of balance and the defense is weak and needs upgrade right now. Getting third-rate players like Endo is mad. We had Milner. It's dumb. If I, you know, this is the first kind of video that I'm just going to say my honest opinion on Endo's performance yesterday, Joe, because people, I feel like, are going over the top. People are doing too much on his performance yesterday, acting like, oh my God, like Endo was unbelievable and stuff. I'm going to say, break it down honestly from my honest opinion, my thoughts on Endo. But I do agree with you. Our squad is weak. Our squad is weak. And that's why I say we're screaming out for a DM. We're screaming out for a center back. We're screaming out for players in those two positions specifically. So that's just my honest opinion. By the way, big up to you, Joe. Thank you so much. By the way, this is the second game in a row where we haven't kept a clean sheet. Second game in a row where we keep no clean sheets. So this might be an issue going forward for Liverpool Football Club as well, because we do need to fix up at the back. I mean, we've got the infamous video of kind of Gomez and Van Dijk sitting together and going like, I love clean sheets. Bro, 2 games, we ain't had a clean sheet. Actually, I don't know if we've kept any clean sheet all preseason as well. I know preseason is not part of this season, but you understand what I mean. Like, you know, these two games, like, you could see Liverpool are conceding chances, hella chances as well. And after that, Liverpool woke up. And once again, we all know, everyone in this comment section right now, all 280 people of you, I hope you've all liked, by the way, and subscribed. All 280 of you know already, Liverpool Football Club can score goals. And everyone listening right now knows we don't have a problem putting the ball in the back of the net. We genuinely do not have a single problem with putting the ball in the back of the net. Liverpool Football Club could score, no exaggeration, 3 or 4 goals 90% of the games this season. We could score goals. But what does the infamous saying say? The infamous saying says, attack wins you games, defense wins you titles. And you can look at it even from our own perspective. 17-18 Liverpool was probably overall the strongest attack we had, because we had Coutinho in there as well. But then after that, when we got Van Dijk and Alisson and elevated our defense, we ended up winning the Champions League and the Premier League. The defense matters a lot more than the attack when it comes to winning trophies, because you've got to keep clean sheets. You've got to stop the ball from going in the back of the net. And this is exactly why Endo alone is not enough. Because the attack is going to win us 9-10 games. Like, the attack is going to put the ball in the back of the net. They're going to win us 9-10 games. But the attack ain't going to win us no title. The attack ain't going to win us, you know, they ain't going to win us this. They ain't going to win us titles. They ain't going to win us trophies. They ain't going to get us medals, which is what a club like Liverpool Football Club should be aiming for. We should always be aiming to win as many trophies, if not every single trophy in the whole season. And the reality is, this defense won't help us get that, whether like people like it or not. It's about the defense. Big up to my brother Anfield Lad 10. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says, big up Hussam, the inverted role won't work for Trent. I disagree with you completely. Completely disagree with you. I think the inverted role would work fine for Trent. But we need a DM. And this is where, like, Anfield, lad, I want to make something clear, because people will say, like, oh my God, Sam tactically, this tactically, that. It's not just players, it's not just players. Bro, like, you guys need to understand. I understand it is not just a player problem. It's also a tactical problem. I'll shake your hand, Anfield, lad. But at the same time, you look at that first half. And by the way, I feel bad for McAllister. First of all, it wasn't a red card. We're going to get into it. But I feel bad for McAllister because we're actually missing out on the qualities he gives us going forward. You're talking about him being exposed, fair enough. But for me, what we saw in the last 10 games of the season, if we have a proper DM, this entire equation changes. Because you play Trent next to a DM, you play Szoboszlai and McAllister ahead of him, you're cooking. And we're going to get onto Szoboszlai in a bit as well, because Szoboszlai had an unbelievable performance. So I disagree with you. I think Trent in the inverted is exactly what we need. Exactly what we need. Trent being inverted. But we need a DM next to him, though. So speaking of our forward line, just to carry on, big up to you, Anfield, lad. By the way, 310 people here. Make sure you're all liking. Make sure you're all subscribing to the channel right now. We weren't going to leave the game without a reaction, so please do like, subscribe. So the forward line, once again, Salah got his goal, Jota got his goal, Diaz got his goal. This forward line is going to score goals, whether like at Anfield specifically. They're going to score goals, bro. They're going to put the ball in the back of the net. Even you look at our forward line last season, our problem was never putting the ball in the back of the net. It was never. Our problem has never been, you know, I'd say probably even in the entire Klopp era, we've never really had a problem with putting the ball in the back of the net. It's the reverse that we've had a problem with, keeping the ball out our own net, that we've struggled with. And you look at the situation we're in right now, and this is something that I've spoken about all summer long, and I've said I have a fear that we leave this centre-back thing unchanged. And the reason why I have that fear is Konate is injury-prone. Van Dijk has an injury in him. If Konate or Van Dijk get injured, it is a long day. It is a very long day if one of them get injured. Very long day. Very long day. Because then you've got to rely on Gomez or Matip, and you're done out here. You're done out here. So you look at the forward line, and there's one guy we have to start with who I think was our best forward yesterday, and that's Mo Salah. I really thought Mo Salah was our best forward. I'm just kidding. Don't get rattled. I almost got you guys. Chill. Our best forward yesterday, of course, was Luis Diaz. And for me, there's constructive criticism, there's constructive debate, and then there's destructive criticism, destructive debate. I'm guilty of doing both, I admit it. But my conversation with Diaz has always been constructive, because I really love Diaz, you know? I've always said, for me with Diaz, it's not just about output, it's not just about end product, it's actually just about decision-making in the final third. I want Diaz to shoot or pass when he gets into a dangerous position. It's as simple as that. All I want is for Luis Diaz to get into a dangerous position and not, as they say, dilly-dally on the ball and sit around and watch around. No. I just want him to make a decision and boom, go for the decision directly. I need Diaz to get into that dangerous position, whether it be in the penalty box, wherever it be, like, you know, in a counter-attack, and just make swift, quick decisions. And I feel like in those first two games, Stamford Bridge and yesterday against Bournemouth, he made quick decisions. If you notice, he got the ball, he's like, I'm going to pass this, I'm going to shoot this. And if he keeps this goal-scoring run going, obviously he's not going to score every single game, but you understand what I'm saying. If he keeps putting the ball in the back of the net, if he keeps scoring goals for Liverpool Football Club, then it's scary for the entire league, because Diaz's technique, Diaz's dribbling ability is full team. So because his dribbling ability is so unbelievable, he's actually very good when it comes to the dribbling element, to the dribbling side. If he starts putting the ball in the back of the net, that's how he elevates himself among the wingers of Europe. Because what separates Vinicius Jr. from the first year, from the second or third year he had, of course, the performances got a lot better for Vinicius. No one's going to sit up here and deny it. But at the same time, Vinicius Jr. started putting the ball in the back of the net. Vinicius Jr. started making the right decisions in the final third. Vinicius Jr. started doing the correct thing when it comes to the offensive side of things. And he elevated himself. Just 3-4 years ago, we got the meme with Benzema saying, don't pass Vinicius the ball. He's playing against us. The infamous meme started from there. The whole playing against us thing. It started from there. But Vinicius elevated himself by putting the ball in the back of the net and making the right decisions in the final third. And I feel like Luis Diaz does that, and we elevate ourselves immediately. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. So that's something I really like about Diaz. Jota, for me, looking at yesterday's game, I don't think Jota had the best of games from maybe an overall perspective, maybe from the perspective of, just kind of the complete game that sometimes we expect of Diogo Jota. Now, I'm not saying he's Firmino, because he isn't. We all know Jota's limitations, but at the same time, you expect maybe a little bit more from the passing side, from the creativity side. But once again, in typical Diogo Jota fashion, and that's why I really like Jota. Even when he's having a really bad game, he can give you a goal. He can put you the ball in the back of the net. He can score a goal. He can have a moment that wins you a game. And this is why, for me, Jota is going to be massive for us going forward this season. The guy needs to score goals. The guy needs to continue having that output. And if he continues having that output, Diogo, then it only puts Liverpool Football Club in a better place. Now, the other forward line player, of course, the guy that you all want me to sit up here and criticize for some reason. Man like Mo, MS11, Mo Salah. Big up to Shiba who sends in a super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Empty super chat there, but big up to you. Thank you. Mo. Oh, there you are. There you are, Captain Sal. So typical, I swear. This is such Captain Sal behavior. Dribble, my striker, bro. If he keeps scoring goals, then I want him to start every single game, bro. I want him to start. I ain't gonna sit up here and lie. If he puts the ball in the back of the net, I'd want the guy to start, Captain Sal. So let's not do that. You're misbehaving again, Captain Sal. You're misbehaving again. Come on, let's not act like I have a Diaz agenda. I really don't. Mo Salah. Now, Mo Salah is the best winger in the entire league. No winger starts for Liverpool Football Club ahead of Mo Salah in the entire world, maybe besides Mbappe. This is the thing, Captain Salah. This is the thing with Mo. Mo's creativity and his playmaking ability has been elevated to the next level as he continued to progress at Liverpool Football Club. And I feel like Mo's creativity and that connection with Szoboszlai he's building on that right-hand side is something that we must look forward to heading into this season. And I think Mo is going to deliver for us once again this season, just like he's always delivered to us. I'd assume this is Shiba's comment that he forgot to thingy. Klopp need to tell the DM to sit deeper. He needs the left centre-back and right centre-back to not go wide. We need our LCB to be a player who doesn't bomb forward. And speaking of LCB, it's okay, Shiba. Here, I read it out anyway. Thank you for the super chat, my brother. Speaking of the LCB, I thought Robertson had a good game. I didn't think Robertson had a bad game at all. I really thought Robertson had a very good game for us yesterday. And this whole bomb forward thing, here's the thing. If Jurgen Klopp's asking him to bomb forward, then there's nothing the guy could do about it. It's the manager's instructions. It's the coach's instructions for him to do that. So that is just the reality, whether people like to admit it or not. If the guy's asking Robertson to attack, then Robertson ain't going to go like, no, bun you, Klopp, I'm going to do my thing. If he's asking to attack, he's asking him to attack, bro. That's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. Now, Robertson, for me, even his corners yesterday were really good. He actually put in quite a few dangerous crosses into the box, had good corners as well. We weren't aggressive, we weren't aggressive in scoring his crosses, but his crosses was really good. Now, here's the thing. I'm gonna touch on one final player before I speak on the McAllister red and just kind of Liverpool going forward before we come back and we talk about Endo and stuff like that. When it comes to Szoboszlai, the biggest compliment I'm about to give Szoboszlai is I'm gonna say Szoboszlai has restored the pride back to the number 10 shirt. Dominic Szoboszlai has restored the pride of the number 8 shirt after Naby Keita. Absolutely ruined it. Szoboszlai has returned the pride to it. And for me, I don't care who Sky gave as man of the match. I don't care who BT gave as man of the match. I don't care who BN gave as man of the match. I don't care who the Liverpool Twitter account gave as man of the match. For me, Szoboszlai was man of the match, full stop. Szoboszlai was here, there, and everywhere in a positive way. Sometimes when you make statements about players and you say they were everywhere, it's not necessarily positive because it means maybe the player was positionally unaware, stuff like that. But Szoboszlai yesterday is the reason why every single top red is wrong. Oh, don't think we forgot. Oh, don't think we forgot. Oh, we live for these moments. Oh, we live for this moment. Szoboszlai was the FIFA bedwetting virgin signing, and Mason Mount was the have you ever been to Anfield signing. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. When we were linked to Mason Mount, and I said I didn't want him, oh, we're going to sign him anyway. I'm always going to give a player in a Liverpool shirt a chance. Get behind the lads. Have you ever been to Anfield? We took that same exact money and we bought a much better player with it. Much better player with it. And you look at Szoboszlai, and he's the exact proof why top reds are 100% wrong. 100% wrong. Because had we taken that 60 million and used that money to sign Mason Mount, every single one of them would be like, oh, you haven't been to Anfield. You have an agenda against British white players. You hate anyone who's English. He's the perfect Henderson replacement. Szoboszlai is like, nope. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to show you what a real midfielder is. Szoboszlai is the genuine proof that you don't follow the club like a sheep. There is no reason for anyone supporting any football club to follow their football club like a sheep. Anything Liverpool do is correct. Anything they don't do is wrong. Says who? Says who? Szoboszlai is the exact definition and the exact reason as to why every single top red is wrong and we're all right. Because had we signed Mason Mount, they'd have asked us to back him. They'd have asked us to give him a chance, give him an opportunity. Why have you wrote him off before he's even kicked the ball for us? Liverpool Football Club actually made a fantastic decision. They took the same exact amount of money, called Leipzig, and bought Szoboszlai. And you saw yesterday, because we all watched both games, we saw Mason Mount drop absolute stinkers and Szoboszlai drop a masterclass yesterday. Use Dominic Szoboszlai as proof for you going forward that you need to stop being a robot and just follow anything the club says. You need to stop being a robot and just act like anything Liverpool Football Club could do no wrong. Did you see the quality difference between Szoboszlai and Mount? I'll take this a step further. If Szoboszlai played for Man United yesterday, they win the game. If Mason Mount played for us, we don't win the game. I'm sorry. Someone needs to speak the reality, and I will. I'm all for backing Liverpool Football Club. I'm all for supporting Liverpool Football Club. I'm all for us making the right decisions. And us taking that 60 million and spending it on Szoboszlai, not Mount, was the best decision we made all summer long. Because guess what? It paid off. So going forward, if someone criticizes a signing before we make him, don't attack him. Don't attack the guy. Listen to what the guy's saying, aka me with Nunez, aka me with Endo. It's good to listen sometimes because you can hear the argument. I refuse to support anyone blindly. I won't support Mo Salah blindly, Alisson blindly, Trent blindly, Van Dijk blindly. So should I support Endo or Nunez or whoever blindly? We've got to be real. So we've got to big up Liverpool Football Club for actually making that decision and signing Dominic Szoboszlai, because he dropped a masterclass and he brought back the pride of the number 8 shirt. He brought back the pride of the number 8 shirt, and we've got to give him credit for that because yesterday's performance was unreal. Now, let me just speak on the McAllister red card and these incompetent, useless referees. These incompetent, useless referees need to be banned from the sport. Need to be banned from the sport. How does the best league in this entire world have, by consensus, the worst referees in the entire world? There is, I watched the McAllister red card about 50 different times. It is 100% not a red card, and you can see it's not malicious intent, and you can see the guy trying to pull out from the challenge. You know for a fact, you all know that wasn't a red. You all know that wasn't a red. But of course, who was on VAR? The one referee that hates Liverpool Football Club more than anything. The arrogant, you know what himself. Paul Tierney. Klopp has called him out by name before. And you know what? I don't even want to single out Paul Tierney. I just want to say the entirety of the Premier League referees are on a joke, as they say in England, they're on a joke thing. How was that a red card? How? The ball is like bouncing on the ground. McAllister clearly has full intent to win the ball. It's not even studs up where he like kicks him in the knee or like, you know, he studs him to the face or something. The guy barely like he touches his foot like that, but you could see there is no malicious intent there whatsoever. There's no malicious intent there whatsoever, and the guy just got a straight red. And people are talking about appeal the decision. I don't know if Liverpool Football Club are going to appeal the decision, but they should appeal the decision though. We 100% should appeal the decision because that's not a red card. But I know apparently what I saw in one of the Premier League sites where I was kind of reading up on rules and stuff. Apparently it's only a 1-game ban. I'm unsure. Don't quote me, but apparently it's only a 1-game ban. Apparently. So apparently it's only a 1-game ban. Okay, so they will. Perfect. Because we need to appeal that right there. We need to appeal that because there is absolutely no way. And I heard as well that Gary O'Neill, not Gary O'Neill, sorry, because Gary O'Neill now is the Wolves manager. The Bournemouth manager, I forgot his name. The Bournemouth manager himself apparently came out and said it wasn't a red. So, hey, it's mad. It's mad. Big up to Todd Bowley, who says, as a Chelsea fan, Big Mac's red card was a bad call. And you know, here's the thing. Chelsea fans, Man City fans, Arsenal fans, Spurs fans, fans of all different football clubs, other than Man United fans, because Man United fans have no brain. Many people have just come out and say, yo, that's not a red. Yo, that's not a red. And the reason why everyone now is just kind of understanding where we're going with it, because this isn't a Liverpool versus Chelsea thing. This isn't a Liverpool versus Man United thing. Because your football club is going to get a dumb decision like that going forward as well. Todd Bowley, he's saying, as a Chelsea fan, maybe there's a game in which Caicedo tries to win the ball and suddenly the guy just sends him off because it was like a little bit of an aggressive tackle. So this might happen to Chelsea next. This might happen to Man City next. This might happen to Spurs next. That's 100% not a red. And people who were watching the game as well could tell you, other than Man United fans, because, you know, as I said earlier on, they just lack IQ. Other than Man United fans, people who were watching the game will tell you, guys, that's not a red. I mean, the people have openly admitted that is not a red card. And that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. So there's an international break coming up as well. So we don't have time to not see McAllister for a month. So yeah, big up to you, Todd Bowley's burner account. Anyway, big up to Todd. Big up to Captain Sal, Shibu, Anfield, and Joe. Big up to every single person watching us right now. There's 400 people watching us. Please do not forget to slap the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Every single person watching us right now or on the replay, please do like the video. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so right now. Meet me at halfway line. Minimum 200 likes. That's our next target. So slap up the like button, man, and subscribe to the channel. And before I go to Endo, I just want to say, every day we must be thankful for all the blessings that God has given us. Alhamdulillah. Thank God. But as Liverpool fans, we all must be thankful that Alisson Becker is our goalkeeper. Bro, this Alisson guy is just... Honestly, Alisson is unbelievable. I'm sorry, like, I've actually run out of adjectives to talk about, like, Alisson Becker. Yeah, this guy's unreal, you know? Alisson's actually unreal. I'm sorry, but you could call me biased, you can say whatever you want. Alisson Becker is the best keeper in the world. Alisson Becker is the absolute best goalkeeper in the world, and there's no one that you can bring me to this table that I'm willing to even entertain a conversation, bro. This Alisson guy is not normal. Even in that, and even towards the end of the game, like, guy just made 2-3 saves where you sat there going like, yo, this Alisson brother, bro, like, is he normal? So many saves. I know he made a mistake at the start, and of course, see, it's mentioned already in the comments. He made a mistake at the start, but towards the end, last 15-20 minutes, when Bournemouth had 2-3 chances, bro, he stopped them all. He stopped them all. And that's why Alisson Becker is just unbelievable, man. Alisson Becker is actually, genuinely speaking, bias aside, forget the fact I support Liverpool. If you cannot see this even as a rival fan, then I can't help you. But you could genuinely make the argument that it's not even an argument. I think it's a reality that Alisson Becker is actually one of the best goalkeepers we've seen our whole life. Slap a like button for Alisson Becker. Big up to Joe, who says the squad is still short. We have 22 players. 2 are still out injured. We still need players. If they don't, our injuries will result in crisis. And that takes me to the point I want to talk about. So stay tuned, Joe, because this next segment, it's where all hell is going to break loose. I'm going to speak nothing but the reality on this football club. Because you know me, Joe, just because we beat Bournemouth 3-1, I'm going to sit up here and start dancing. We have to look at the bigger picture here, because we are Liverpool Football Club supporters. I know the club sometimes make you feel like Southampton, but remember, you're not Southampton. We actually have the smallest squad in the whole league. FYI. Liverpool Football Club. Big up to you, Joe. Top Reds care more about... Oh, City. Top Reds care more about what songs Klopp does want them to sing rather than the way the club is run by FSG. Transfers or the football itself, sheep. You know why everything points back to the... You know why everything points back to the owners? I'll tell you why everything points back to the owners. The reason why everything points back to the owners is people that argue that it's Jurgen Klopp's fault will tell you Klopp has too much power. By definition, a guy can't give himself power. I can't, as Hussam, stand up and say, guys, I am now a parliament member. People have to vote me in parliament. I can't sit up here and give myself any sort of power. The reality is, when you say statements like Klopp is given too much power, even if I do agree with you, by definition, who's giving him the power? Fenway Sports Group. Klopp is a fantastic coach. That does not mean he's a fantastic sporting director or head of recruitment, because he isn't. And we've known this as Liverpool fans. It's no longer a secret. Götze and Brandt, Edwards is like, no, Mo and Mane. Boom. The rest is history. Big up to you, City. Baked says, not gonna lie, I see Klopp not signing another player. Disaster. Baked, if we don't sign any other player, then just like your name, we are baked, my brother. We're done out here. Put us in the oven already. We're finito. Make sure you guys are listening to SAF and you're slapping the like button. You made the guy send in a super chat to tell you to like. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. The guy that I made a video about calling him Arthur Melo 2.0. Let me drink some water because I know these guys are going to hound me now. Endo. You know what it is with Endo's performance yesterday? Endo's performance yesterday is probably kind of more proof how I don't think long-term he's good enough. This is what we learned from Endo's cameo yesterday. This is what we learned from his cameo. Villar 3-0 up. You're going down. Dunk on the ass. I'm just thinking how to say this. I'm just thinking how to say this without like to rattle 420 people. You know what it is with Endo, right? Yesterday he came on. My honest assessment is he has a serious lack of pace and power, which matters in this league. But He did make quite a few good tackles. He strikes me as a smart footballer. But in certain games where physicality is required, Endo will struggle. Endo will struggle in games where physicality, pace, and power are needed. Let's not all stop here and be delusional and act like Gattuso played yesterday. Everyone chill. I'm not insulting the guy. I'm simply speaking about a physical attribute. I'm not even saying about anything he done on the pitch. When it comes to tackling and him actually getting the ball, retrieving the ball back for us, he done well. So he's done well on stuff that he can control. But pace and power is something that he cannot control. So pace and power for me is something that matters in the English Premier League. And I feel like in games where physicality is a little bit more required, let me give you an example, okay? Let me give you a fair opinion. If we were playing Crystal Palace and he faced that Crystal Palace midfield, purely from a physical perspective, he would struggle a little bit. So just from a physical perspective, he would struggle a little bit. The things that are in his control, which is his tackling, he done well. He won duels, which is, of course, what we need more of, because we do need that defensive presence. But is Endo a Premier League winning DM? He isn't. He isn't. So Endo is not a Premier League winning DM. And the stuff that I'm criticizing for is stuff that he cannot control. He's not going to become faster. He's not going to become stronger at his age. So I think Endo, listen, he's a backup option. It's kind of like, it's kind of like Milner or whatever, as if they want to say like he's the Japanese Milner or whatever. But going forward in terms of long-term future, in terms of actually winning the Premier League, I don't think he could be a starting DM. The stuff that are in his control, he done well. But in terms of pace and power, we don't have that. And that's exactly why the likes of Captain Salah saying we need Doucoure. Doucoure's pace and power is like level 100 compared to Endo. So I'm not even talking about stuff he done on the pitch. I'm just speaking about stuff that he can't even control, which is his pace and power. Now, getting outrun in the English Premier League is a thing, because we all need to be honest here. In the English Premier League, it's not always that guy outsmarted me. That guy is so smart. That guy is technically brilliant. Sometimes it's just pace and power. I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes, like, people just push you around on the pitch. And that's exactly why when someone mentions Doucoure from a physical perspective makes 100% sense. Now, I don't rate Doucoure as highly as people do. I don't think he's worth the money we're paying for him. But from a physical perspective, guys, sometimes I hate when we just defend people blindly. Just like when I criticized Núñez last season. Now the second season has started, which he was supposed to absolutely dominate. Núñez has been on the bench first two games. There's no way you guys are that rattled where you can't even say anything about the guy. So you want to just up here, Endo, well done. What a performance. Can't say anything negative about the guy. Did you even hear what I said? I said everything he can control on the pitch, he done well. The guy tackled well. The guy won duels. I'm speaking about him physically. You guys cannot be that sensitive where you just don't accept any criticism. It's so weird. Like, same thing you guys done with Núñez last season. Wasn't this supposed to be the season where he bangs? Why hasn't he started the first two games? Don't make me bring up old shit where I was right too. So with Endo, I'm not criticizing the guy. I'm saying he's not as fast and he's not as powerful as the other DMs. Is that a lie? No, it's not. People don't want to listen. People go, you're so like, you can't judge him after one game. You can't. Who's judging the guy? I'm just speaking about his physical attributes. There's no way we're that sensitive as a fan base. We don't even accept criticism of any player. Jota was bad yesterday. Salah was bad yesterday. Trent was bad yesterday. These are players that have won it all for us. So why are you this sensitive about Endo, who's done nothing for Liverpool Football Club yet? Chill, man. All I said was the guy is not physically the strongest. Is Endo the Hulk? No, he's not. We need to stop being sensitive and listen to what I'm saying. Just listen to what I'm saying. The stuff that he could control, I'll repeat again my assessment. This time, remove emotion, listen to the logic. The stuff that he could control, he done well. The guy tackled well. the guy won duels. The stuff that's out of his control, which is his pace and power, I think he would struggle against physically strong teams. How is that me insulting the guy? That is the most honest assessment anyone can give of Endo's game yesterday. I said he tackled well. I said he won duels. I said the stuff that he could control, he done well. But from a physical perspective, he's not pace and power. He doesn't have much pace and power. And because he doesn't have much pace and power, he would struggle against physical teams. That's it. That's it. Didn't cuss out the guy. This is, see, this is why I love how we're just defending blindly. Verratti is not Hulk either. Verratti plays in the French league. Name a Hulk in the French league. Thank you. So yeah, that's all I'm saying on the guy, because clearly you guys are going to be sensitive again. Same way you guys were sensitive with Nunez, and then 5-6 games later, you guys start saying the same stuff that I said. So for me, he would struggle against physical teams. Look at how low we're going in the chat. We're now calling Rodri weak just to win an argument. If Rodri shoulder barged Endo, Endo would fly to the stands. So don't sit up here and lie. So going forward, Endo is exactly why we need another DM. Now, as I was saying on Doucoure, I'm not saying Doucoure is unbelievable, he's unreal. You guys know my opinion. I didn't want Doucoure to begin with. But from a physical perspective, purely physical perspective, the pace and power of Doucoure would help us just by 80%, just by him being strong and fast and quick and being able to recover. So that's what something that Doucoure is going to offer us. So for me, Doucoure is, from a physical perspective, someone that makes more sense. Now, from a footballing perspective, I'd say probably Amrabat makes more sense to us. The one thing that we should all agree on is the DM position. With Endo and without Endo, we need more. So we need another DM regardless. We need another DM regardless. Whether we signed Endo or not, we need a DM. Endo, I think, is something that we can all agree on. Endo cannot be our only DM signing of the summer. Do you all agree that Endo cannot be our only DM signing of the summer? Whether you rate him or not, he can't be the only guy. I think this is something all of you are in agreement on. Regardless, it can't be just Endo and just sit here and say, oh, Endo, Endo, Endo. No, we need one more. I think everyone here agrees that we need one more at least. We need one more at least. Yes, I agree with Joe completely here. So we're just talking from a physical perspective. Okay, so everyone's agreeing. So we need one more DM. So it's not just Endo alone. We need one more DM, which I agree with everyone here. And you look at the options available in the market. I've already said my personal solution would have been Amrabat and Kimmich. Those would have been my two. Personally, I would have signed Kimmich and Amrabat. Now, that DM position is definitely something that we need to like strengthen in. Definitely a position that we need to improve in. And you look at the options available in the market currently. I just wish we signed Ugarte, man. I just wish we signed Ugarte like 3 months ago. I don't know currently, as things stand, if anyone makes sense about Doucoure. I'm gonna be honest with you. Based on where we're at right now in the market, not my opinion, based on where we're at in the market, probably no one makes more sense than Doucoure, I guess. I'm gonna be honest with you, just from a logical perspective, probably now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Sidi. Like, just from purely logic of where the market is at right now and where Liverpool Football Club is at right now, I agree with Ali. That's what I mean. Like, probably right now, as things stand, Doucoure is the best bet. Like, we've got to be honest here. Doucoure is the best bet. Like, we can't sit up here and lie to each other. Based on what's currently available, because we need to stop saying Chouameni ain't coming. Like, please. So, I don't know, man. Like, currently, as things stand, Doucoure is probably going to be the best solution out of the people. You know, Phil Andre is apparently going to come in January. So, yeah, that's the thing. So, it is what it is, man. So, probably Doucoure is the one that makes the most sense, the most logical sense. And Andre for January, maybe something like that. Now, from a center back perspective, honestly, I am so tired of speaking about center backs. 2 days ago, Inacio signed an extension. If instead of waiting on our asses all summer long, we just paid the 40 million release clause, Inacio would have been a Liverpool player already. So now we sat there and waited and waited and waited. We're speaking to this Hincape guy. We're speaking to this Thiate guy, or however it's pronounced, or whichever centre back. Get it done. Get it over the line. Because I'm sure I speak for all Liverpool fans here, whether you're FSG in, whether you're FSG out, whether you like Endo or not, whether you're a positivity merchant or a negativity merchant or a realism merchant, no matter what you are, you all agree we need a DM and a centre back. And that is exactly what needs to happen at Liverpool Football Club. A DM is needed, a centre back is needed, and we need to elevate ourselves. And for me, you look at this team, and you go like, bro, in these next 11 days, we've got 11 days to just turn the season around. Because Szoboszlai and McAllister are there just waiting for a DM to unleash all their energy. Like you could tell, Szoboszlai and McAllister are like caged lions right now. Their caged lions just going like they're just giving you that lion face. They're just ready to tear that cage up and just, just strike anything that by God moves, as they say. JR used to say in WWE. So that's the thing. So for me, I look at it from that honest perspective. So yeah, Amrabat and Inacio will be the cheapest option, says Joe. 111 million. For some reason, I always thought it was just gonna disappear back. That we put forward for Caicedo. And you know what it is, Joe, and everyone watching? If all 470 us got in a meeting room, or in a conference room, or in a seminar room, we would have probably made a better transfer window for Liverpool Football Club than Liverpool Football Club itself. Like we as fans, me as a nobody, as Sam from Jordan, and everyone in the comment section who aren't like employed by the football club or anything, we could have given Liverpool Football Club a better transfer window. Which is why, for me, as soon as this transfer window ends, the biggest signing automatically is a sporting director. Automatically. The biggest signing is a sporting director. As soon as this transfer window ends, FSG's next big objective is sign a proper sporting director. Get Paul Mitchell, get some serious sporting director who can actually steer us from a football transfer perspective. That's the thing. So anyway, we will see what happens transfer-wise in these upcoming days. These 11 days left kind of to save our season. Big up to SAF, who's on the screen. Big up to Sidi. Big up to Baked. Big up to Todd, Sal, Shibu, Anfield, and Joe for the super chats. Big up to, by the way, chat, please spam the W's for Joe. What a guy Joe is. Big up to you, Joe. Big up to all of you guys who sent in a super chat. Make sure you're all liking the video. Make sure you're all subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. Every single person watching us right now or on the replay, please do like the video. Please do subscribe. We have gotten to 200 likes. So W for you guys in the chat. And remember, we're doing the Chelsea West Ham watch along. And I'm there to just hate on Chelsea Football Club because I can't stand that club. So yeah, that's the thing. So make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. Let me just get to the player ratings quickly because I feel like player ratings today won't even take that much time because there isn't like, it ain't like, there's nothing to be edgy about. For all the people who have joined us for the first time, 5 is the average on this channel. I know on multiple different channels there are different averages and stuff. On this channel, the average is 5. Alisson Becker, once again, best goalkeeper in the world. Made great saves. Thank you, Ned. Made great saves towards the end. I probably give Alisson Becker an 8 out of 10. I think overall he was very solid. Actually, 7 out of 10 just for kind of his shakiness in the first half. So I probably give Alisson Becker a 7 out of 10. But in the end there, he fixed up. He made 2-3 good saves. I'm going to be honest with you. Alisson, you could just give him 10 every single game, man. Thank you, Maher. We go to the 2 centre-backs, Konate and Virgil. Usually it's one centre-back kind of outshining the other centre-back. Usually we say Konate played really well and Virgil didn't. I have an unpopular opinion, or I don't know if it's popular or not. I think Virgil played slightly better than Konate yesterday. I think Virgil demanded things, commanded things, played like how a proper captain should. Now, I'm not going to give any of them a bad score or a negative score. I'm going to give Virgil a 7 and I'm gonna give Konate a 6. I think Virgil was slightly better than Ibrahima Konate. So for me, Virgil van Dijk gets a 7, Konate 6. Yep. I think Virgil was a bit better than Konate yesterday. So Virgil gets a 7. I think Konate gets a 6. Our best player in the defense, for all the people who say I have an agenda against this guy, I don't. Our best player in the defense was, of course, Mr. Braveheart, man like Andy. And because Robertson was our best player in the defense, I'm going to give him an 8. I thought going forward, he was very good. I thought defensively, he was very good. And I think he was the best player out the back 5. So I give Robertson an 8. So Robbo 8, Van Dijk 7, Konate 6. Let's do the maths. Trent 5 yesterday. Trent, for me, made the mistake for us to concede the first goal, 100%. But he woke up, and I feel like his delivery was spot on, but we weren't aggressive enough from a forward line perspective. But he did cause the goal, but I'm not going to go too harsh on the guy because I don't feel like he was unbelievably shit or anything. I think 4 or 5 is valid. If you say below average, fair. If you say average, fair. So I think 4 or 5 is solid for Trent Alexander-Arnold. A guy that actually we haven't mentioned all game long, which is Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo is a guy that every time he plays in the 8, I would never give him a harsh rating or a bad rating or go too in on him because he's playing out of position. There's a moment in the second half in the watch along where we saw Gakpo essentially in the left back position defending when he should be our false 9. That's the reality. So for me, Gakpo, I'm going to just give him a 6. Above average. Nothing bad to say about the guy. Nothing negative to say about the guy. And yeah, nothing bad to even say about the guy. Paul Tierney gets a 0, and McAllister gets a 7 out of 10. Undeserved red card. He's played out of position these first 2 games. Played out of position against Chelsea. Played out of position yesterday against Bournemouth. And for me, still played at a very good level. 7 out of 10 for me for Alexis McAllister. Much better than first thought of. So for me, we've got to give Alexis McAllister a 7 out of 10. I think he had a very good game considering he's playing out of position, and Paul Tierney gets a 0. Speaking of 0, add 1 to the left of it and give it to Dominic Szoboszlai. The fact that he's just restored the pride back to the number 8 shirt. The number 8 shirt has gotten all its pride back. Man like Dominic Szoboszlai. What a performance. What a performance from Dominic Szoboszlai. 10 out of 10 for me, Szoboszlai yesterday. Man of the match, ran the game from start to finish. What do you want to talk about? Szoboszlai defensively? Unbelievable. Szoboszlai going forward? Unbelievable. Szoboszlai dribbling? Unbelievable. Szoboszlai passing? Unbelievable. Szoboszlai ran the show yesterday, and he gets a 10 out of 10, and he's an absolute man of the match, and he's the exact reason why you don't follow the club like a sheep when they say they want Mount, because we took the same exact money and got Szoboszlai. So, yeah, Szoboszlai gets a 10 out of 10. Right wing. You guys tell me your Mo Salah rating. You guys tell me your Mo Salah rating. I ain't going to say anything because you guys are going to call me biased. So I want to see where you guys' head is at. Because I think overall, solid game. Scored the rebound from the penalty, which is good. The best Champions League final ever, Xabi Alonso's penalty was a rebound. I don't think he should be off penalties yet. We need to chill. It's the first penalty of the season. Not his best performance. I thought he was better against Chelsea. I'm going to give Mo Salah a 6. Nothing wild. Nothing crazy. Not going to insult the guy. Not going to say he's trash. Not going to say anything crazy about him. I'm just going to straight up give him a 6 out of 10. Slightly above average because he did follow through for the penalty. So yeah, that's what I'm going to give up to Mo Salah as my rating personally. Big up to Queen Nader. I'm going to put up your super chats towards the end. And I can't lie. I'm going to repeat the same exact rating for Jota. Because both of these guys didn't really have the best of performances, but they both got the ball in the back of the net. I'm giving Salah a 6, and I'm giving Jota a 6. I think both of them 6s, to be honest with you. Like, above average. They both scored a goal each. Overall, weren't really the best. I'd say not really the best from on the football pitch. So I'm going to just give both of them a 6. Now, we gave Robertson an 8. We gave Szoboszlai a 10. I think Diaz was a lot closer to Robertson's level than he was Szoboszlai's level. So Luis Diaz for me gets an 8. Our best forward. I'm not even talking about the goal. Overall in the game, he was our best forward. And if Luis Diaz can consistently deliver, I'm not even talking about GA. I'm talking about decision making in the final third. If Luis Diaz can make the correct decisions in the final third over and over and over again, then Luis Diaz is going to cause trouble for the entire league. You know that meme? It's dangerous, but not for us. That's literally what Diaz is going to do. I want Diaz to continue this. I want him to not be just dribble merchant. I want him to be very good in front of goal. I want him to create chances. I want him to create opportunities. I want him to dominate the right back that he's attacking. So for me, Diaz gets an 8. The referee gets a 0. Paul Tierney gets a 0 as well. The fraud on VAR. Substitutes. I don't think Elliott is worthy of a rating. Like, he didn't really do much. He didn't come on much. Neither is Joe Gomez. Like, they were both just like, whatever. We already know their level. Endo, for me, gets a... What do you guys give Endo out of 10? What do you guys give Endo out of 10? Forget me. What do you guys give him?
Big man thing, yeah. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good.
What do you guys give Endo out of 10?
Someone said it in it, not me in it, but I agree with that person as well in it. But I didn't. I was not the one that, you know what I'm saying.
It wasn't me in it. It wasn't me in it. Honestly, I'm gonna say Endo probably deserves a 6. He was above average. I don't think he was average. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think 6, he was above average because he won the duels. So he done really well from a defensive perspective. So I give him a 6. I think 6 is a very fair rating on Endo. Jurgen Klopp, there's no need to rate him because there's nothing really he changed. No way, Villa. Are Villa actually 4-0 up? Are you taking the piss? Are you taking the piss or are you being serious? Are Villa actually 4-0 up? Yo, everything going down, man. Everything going down. So Endo for me gets a 6. Anyway, Queen Nadra here. Before Queen Nadra, big up to Fuad who says, when down to 10, we dialed the risk-taking in midfield down and increased our levels of focus and concentration and looked better and better control. Fuad, thank you so much for this super chat, because this is something that me and Mike spoke about yesterday at halftime. It is not always about that Russell Westbrook energy where you get the ball and you just want to be 150 miles an hour and you just want to dribble and dunk on people. Sometimes the reason why the Golden State Warriors win championships, is because, you know, sometimes Steph runs to the corner and scores 3s. Sometimes Klay Thompson just locks up a guy for 3 minutes. It's not always pow, 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 all the time. Because that's how you lose. That's how you lose. So I agree with you completely. We need to bring an element of control, bro. We need to bring in an element of control. And that's the reality. That's the reality. Chelsea paid the 10 million to Moises' agent. You called it. The entire Chelsea fan base are triggered and rattled by my comments. And there you are. 10 million to his agent. Right there. What did I say? Money. Here comes the money. Here we go. Money talks. It is what it is, man. They called me crazy. Big up to Queen Nadar says, imagine West Ham pulling off a winner today would be crazy. Speaking of West Ham pulling off a winner, let's just, might as well, you know, Let's get these bad boys in here. Since the Himars lost yesterday, you're seeing the process in front of your face. I'm so happy. Big up to you, Tottenham. We're going to replace them with the other Chelsea club that we want to. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't make the crest that big. I don't know you like that, fam. So Chelsea Football Club, right here, Chelsea, with their deadest, shittest chant in the whole league. You get me? And of course, the guys that we're relying on today, that we need, of course, the hammers. We need the hammers today. Let me make the crest a bit bigger. We need the hammers today to absolutely hammer Chelsea. So here's the thing, you guys. Today, and I promise you this season we're going to elevate ourselves. Today, we have 3 live videos. This one, because we weren't going to leave the game unchanged, unspoken about, sorry. We've got the watch along, and we've got El Ahwa at night. So we've got so much coming your way. Big up to you, Queen Nadra. Thank you so much for the super chat. I want all of you to just stay in this chat, and it would take you to the watch along directly. So just stay on this chat. You'll be taken to the watch along. Hit reminder. So as soon as the watch along is live, you're going to get a notification, because I'm ready to hate on Chelsea today. Today, I woke up and I feel like a hammer. And the hammers are going to layeth the smackdown on Chelsea Football Club. Big up to Joe. Big up to Anfield Lad. Big up to Shibu, Sal, Todd, SAF. Big up to Sidi, Baked, Nadra, Fuad, and Sinclair for the super chat. Big up to every single one of you guys for sending in a super chat. All the people have shown us all the love and support on the channel. You guys are absolutely elite. Please like, subscribe. And we will see you guys on the watch along, inshallah. Don't forget to hit reminder on that. Peace out.